This is what you need to know now. The wildfire in Nevada forcing nearly 100,000 people to evacuate. Why the timing couldn't be worse. Hayden Panettiere's estranged mother speaks exclusively to ABC News 1 week after her daughter's death. And why calling in sick today may make you part of a national trend. I'm James Longman from ABC News. It's Monday, August 24th, and this is what you need to know. Let's get right to the big story. A fast-moving wildfire near Reno, Nevada has forced the evacuation of tens of thousands of people. The Hawk Fire has destroyed homes and burned more than 15,000 acres, and overnight it was still 0% contained. At least 6 people have been injured, including 3 first responders. Nevada's governor has declared an emergency, deploying the National Guard. Officials say human activity started the fire, but they don't know yet if it was intentional. And it's bad timing for the Burning Man Festival, which is expected to draw 80,000 people to the region in days, and locals are urging visitors to stay away, saying hotels and supplies are needed for evacuees. Hayden Panettiere's estranged mother is speaking exclusively to ABC News. Lesley Vogel says she was, quote, numb when she learned her daughter died of a possible drug overdose just days before her 37th birthday. Vogel managed her daughter's childhood career, but the two grew apart, and she confirms they were no longer in contact. Still, she says she understood Hayden's pain.
I want Hayden to be remembered for the talented, beautiful, outgoing, intelligent woman she really was. But I also want people to understand that it is my belief that she was suffering.
Authorities say there's no sign of foul play in Panettiere's death. Vogel says she wants her daughter's on and off again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, held accountable. He was at the apartment when she died and in 2021 pleaded no contest to felony charges alleging he abused her. Hickerson, through his lawyer, has denied wrongdoing in her death. And you can see more of our interview with Lesley Vogel on Good Morning America, streaming on Disney+. The Trump administration is set to unveil what it's calling an economic D-Day against Iran. Sanctions, it promises, will be the toughest in history. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the goal is to, quote, sever every economic lifeline until Tehran stands alone. Iran is warning that if the economic war continues, quote, not a single drop of oil will be exported through the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump's 50% tariffs on Canadian goods took effect this weekend after Canada walked away from what it calls unfair last-minute American demands. Canada's Prime Minister vows to match them dollar for dollar starting September 8th.
Because we were attacked. Like you're at war when you get attacked. We got attacked. U.S. put 50%. We've got the reserves, we got the resilience, we've got the plan, we've got the focus. We will respond.
The trade war is rattling Republicans now just 10 weeks before the midterms. Maine's Susan Collins is breaking with the president on the tariffs, and sources say Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, recently met with Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat who could become Speaker if his party wins the House. A new warning from Ukraine. President Zelenskyy says he expects Russia to call up another 300,000 troops this year. He believes it's part of a Russian push to capture more territory. Meanwhile, Zelenskyy is rejecting calls to hold wartime elections, claiming they would divide Ukrainians when they need to be unified. Fast fashion giant Shein is finally going public, launching its IPO in Hong Kong today. The company behind those $5 dresses is now valued at about $27 billion. A roughly 70% drop from its peak just 4 years ago. Shein had spent years trying to list in New York, but those plans collapsed under US scrutiny of its China-linked supply chain. Shares start trading September 1st. Now some quick hits, other stories we're following today. If you're calling in sick to work today, you're likely not alone. 5 years of sick leave data shows August 24th is the most common day for US employees to call out of work. And it's not necessarily because they're sick. After a record-breaking sweltering summer, late August's cooler temperatures and later sunsets may be tempting more people to head outside instead. The streets of Washington, D.C. turned into a racetrack this weekend for the first ever Freedom 250 Grand Prix. IndyCar drivers zoomed past the Capitol and the museums of the National Mall, with President Trump waving the green flag. For First Lady Melania Trump, the race was personal. She says her love of cars started with her father in Slovenia.
When I was growing up, my father introduced me to the races and to the race cars, and he owned some incredible cars from Maserati and Cougar and Mustang, Mercedes. So he introduced me to design of cars and the mechanics and also the speed, and I loved it every minute of it.
Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record has been broken, but not by a human. A humanoid robot set a new mark at an Olympic-style robotics event in Beijing, where more than 2,000 machines competed in a variety of events. In the 100-meter sprint, one robot crossed the finish line in 9.39 seconds, topping Bolt's world record time of 9.58. And now, one more thing before you go. I sat down with Jacob Elordi and Margaret Qualley from the upcoming post-apocalyptic film Dog Stars. The new Ridley Scott movie follows Elordi and his dog as they navigate a world devastated by a deadly flu pandemic. But when it comes to a real-life apocalypse, the stars had very different takes on who would last the longest. Who of the two of you would survive better in an apocalypse?
Hi, Jacob.
I think we'd both be toast pretty quickly.
Big guy, big strong guy.
Couple of gangly guys just running around the end of the world.
I'd try though. Like, I want to live. I'd definitely try. I would do my damnedest.
Josh Brolin, on the other hand, I think he would probably run the apocalypse.
This is Smokey.
And as you can see there, Margaret had her dog Smokey with her for the interview. You can watch the full interview today on Good Morning America, streaming on Disney+. And that's what you need to know for breaking news and live updates throughout the day. Check out ABC News, streaming on Disney+. New episodes streaming every day, only on Disney+.